Tanks in Hearts of Iron 4 are great, and they're great for several reasons. They have armor, they have a lot of breakthrough, and they are usually reasonably fast. So here we have a very nice medium tank with 10 kilometers an hour top speed. However, if you start looking at your actual divisions, you often find that the division isn't quite as fast as you initially thought it was. For example, this division here, which is a tank division, only can do 4.5 kilometers an hour. So why is that? Well, if you hover over the max speed, it actually gives you a bit of a hint. And it says, my medium tanks, for some reason, in this division, are only 6.8 kilometers an hour, whereas the mechanized infantry and the rest is reasonably quick. But the lowest base is 4.5 kilometers an hour, which makes this basically a walking infantry division. So where did all my speed go? There are a couple of places where you can start looking. The first one is on the right side here, where you see that we have mechanized equipment, but we also have medium tanks. Now, the 10 kilometers an hour medium tank that I just showed you is the indigenous design, but I've got a bunch of captured devices, and these things are also in use. So how do you find out how fast any of these things are? Well, if you're curious, you can always have a look in the Tank Designer and compare your existing tank using the little equipment comparison here to the equipment that we're running inside the division. So, for example, the Stridswagen M42, the Swedish tank that we've actually got here equipped in the division. If we look at that here, we see that that tank has a max speed of 5.7 kilometers an hour. So even if everything else is running fast, as long as you have one of these in here and they're just classified as medium tanks, then you're not going to get the full speed of the division. How do you prevent that? Well, a couple of ways, but one of the easiest is to just go to your division designer and just disallow foreign equipment. And that way, you're not going to run the risk of getting anything in there. You can also use equipment tags to tag specific tanks that you want in these, but it's generally easier if you just disallow foreign equipment. Still, that doesn't solve the mystery of the 4.5 kilometers an hour. So we've looked at the medium tanks, and they're all faster than 4.5 kilometers an hour. So where does that come from? Because it does tell us that the 5 medium tanks are a little faster than that. Well, if we look at the actual division template, you can see that I am running a light flame tank company. And the flame tanks that I'm running here actually are causing a speed debuff of minus 5.5 kilometers an hour, leading to the whole division actually only have a 4.5 kilometer base speed. And the reason for that is that the light flame tanks that I'm building are actually not fast enough. Usually support companies don't really appear to be having impact on speed, but a flame tank company seems to be a difference in the way that, and presumably also light tank recon or armored recon, in that it actually slows down the division. So just because you have fast tanks and you've got fast mechanized and self-propelled and whatever you have, these little things, always keep an eye on what's actually happening and make sure that your divisions are actually capable in the field, if you're looking at them, are actually capable of doing the fast speeds. Because this is still before the terrain modifiers are actually hitting. So having fast tanks on breakthrough is quite important, and it's good to review your divisions to make sure that you've got the right things. And that's all I had today. Thanks everybody. I'll see you next time.